Right, yeah. I mean, well, let's leave it at that. That is a conversation we'll be keeping an eye on our dawn debate in a few minutes. Let's move on to page 3 of the paper, and a very alarming story here of a teenager who killed himself after an online game. This is a game that is said to be responsible for the suicides of several teenagers across the world. It's called the Blue Whale Challenge. It is said to so far have claimed lives of more than 100 teenagers around the world. This is a 16-year-old from Nairobi in Kamukunji area, and so I mean, I feel this is something that, it should really be discussed because...
Yes, and I'd seen an alert and a warning, and for parents who possibly are not sure what their children engage in when they're on their gadgets. This is a game which apparently is being pushed online, and what it does is that it gives you challenges that, you know how you, on a game, you go to different levels? Yeah. Every level has a different challenge, but unfortunately and very sadly, one of the levels that you get to the challenge is basically to take your life. And this reminds me of a discussion that we had yesterday in the group, Michelle, and this was to do with a new series, 13 Reasons Why. Yes. Apparently also has something to do with that. So I think it's a time that we need to have this discussion.
I mean, so this is about 13 reasons why, like I told you, is about a teenager who committed suicide and now gives 13 reasons why they committed suicide. But the thing is, it's also being, many say it's responsible for propagating suicide among teenagers because the reasons seem very petty. You know, somebody was rejected by somebody, decides to commit suicide. Somebody whose parents decided not to let them go out for a party, decides to commit suicide. And so I think it points to a bigger problem because...
Absolutely. And it's a debate that we must have and think about. But anyway, that's on page 3.